So today is day 239. The minimum is still progress. So I'm back in my hotel room late. Had a bunch of business meetings today and lots of activity. And then we ended the day by playing golf until it got late. So I'm tired, but I'm doing my commitments anyway. So I've been keeping a series of commitments, including this writing thing every day. There are some days, like this evening, where I really just don't want to do it. However, there is an important thought to ponder. Even when you do the bare minimum, it is significantly more progress than doing nothing. Iterative improvement occurs through consistent and repeated effort over a long period of time. If you want to improve in anything at all, you're going to have to perform effort repeatedly. I bring this up today because, I played golf and that experience was not great. I seem to have lost all my progress that I had gained when I was trying to improve a few years ago. A few years ago, I was practicing consistently and I had gotten much better. However, I haven't played for a very long time. So today when I went to play, it was just horrible. So I'm wondering, why did this happen? Well, it dawned on me. I have not played or practiced in such a long time that I've just lost my skills. That seems very obvious. But if I would have just kept up my golf practice consistently on a regular period of time, then even those small, minimal increments would have kept my skills sharp. There's just no other way. This means that as you stretch a long duration of days together, of doing a consistent habit, then there are going to be days when you just are unable to put the quality in that you normally do. Because if you do like 1,000 days in a row, there's going to be a couple of days where you just can't do much because life just happens. So instead of doing nothing, you can do the minimum. So you can check that box and be done. Repetition and iteration is never consistent in the amount of workload you perform. There are good days and average days. Days, just long as there are no nothing days. Nothing days are the killers. Nothing days are what end up stacking up and causing you the most harm. Nothing days become nothing weeks, which turn into nothing months and nothing years. Think for a moment of something you wish you would have accomplished in the last 5 years, like maybe being better at golf. What if instead of a bunch of nothing days, you instead had a bunch of really small progress days? You would have much more time under your belt when it was all said and done, and you would have made some solid progress. Here's what I've noticed. Incremental everyday progress produces many minimal days. However, when you string a bunch of these together, you will eventually experience great days when you accomplish a lot. I remember when I was practicing golf, I was practicing consistently many, many days, not every day in a row, but at least every week. And there was a lot of weeks where a lot of days I just did the bare minimum. I went, I did some practice swings. That was it, bare minimum. But then there were some days when I just had a breakthrough. Like suddenly things are clicking, doing well. That occurs with almost everything. When you string together a whole bunch of consistency, you end up having a real advance forward. I have learned that the cumulative of accumulation far out exceeds any individual effort on my part. So do not feel bad when you have minimal days. Even though I feel pretty miserable right now, looking at this crumpled scorecard on my desk. If I would have embraced the minimum, then I would have not quit practicing golf. I would have had practices and been okay with having minimum days. I've learned to accept these minimum days. They're the days when I'm not that great at anything, but at least I've made some progress, even though it was very small.